Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into a daily read for Thursday. Let's jump right into the wisdom of the Oracle deck and see what Spirit has for us. Round and around, I feel like habits, a cycle or two is taking a highlight for a lot drawn to the reading. Things that seem to reoccur is what I'm hearing, or just continuously or randomly occur for you in your life along your path. You might as well find for a select few drawn to the reading, getting specifically around and around about, if you will, is taking a highlight when it comes to a connection or two where you seem to be going in circles, or no conclusions or answers or change in a positive sense comes to be. But co-create. I feel like it's a day where not only you're being reminded that you're a true, powerful, and magical manifester, but you're, even when you don't realize it, co-creating with Spirit. All right, and this doesn't just speak upon your guides. It's also talking about random spirits that feel guided to, feel the need to, or simply want to push you to manifest, and then therefore more so co-create with them, and maybe even other spirits all the meanwhile. But the third one on the board, we have Poised. I feel like you are going to be embodying this energy throughout this day and surrounding it, feeling maybe statuesque or a bit stiff for a select few, but carrying yourself with a poised sort of energy way about, and I feel that you're going about this and that you have to and even want to throughout this day in a very poised manner. Now, there are certain moments where the words that you're speaking, whatever you're telling or sharing or advising, doesn't come out as poised as it could. But I do feel like it is a time for you where otherwise you're feeling very poised. Anyways, maybe even a little bit dramatic is what I'm getting. For somebody, melodramatic. I got that from this imagery, but not for you at the bottom of the deck, and peace. So they're saying there's going to be somewhat of a highlight on who and what is not meant for you from the past, and maybe even the potential for the future. And I seem to want to mention that whatever this was or could be for you, regardless of what it was or, could be for you for the future, would have or could strip away your inner peace, all right, or peace in general. I'm getting specifically somebody could have stepped up and became more of a leader at work, right, in a more official manner. But I do feel that this position would have stripped away your peace, or could for the future, and wouldn't bring in enough benefits to make it worth it. Does that make sense? It could have been a connection, right? Or it could be a connection for the future. I do sense that as well for somebody, it has to do with a past living situation that came to an end. So I wouldn't be surprised if for a lot, you're doing some necessary reflecting throughout this day, and they're saying that's part of the preparation process for the future. Now, look at this, the Fates card as well as the Go the Distance card. The day definitely shows people, maybe reminds certain people and potentially yourself all the meanwhile, that you're a star in the making. You're someone who's meant to go the distance. Something's going to be growing again. If you find that it has been reducing in numbers or hasn't been growing in general, it's just been stagnating, plateauing, if you will. But I feel you're also going to be peacefully moving things along for yourself. I don't know why I'm getting that. They want me to add up the number 4 and 7, giving us the number 11. Look up the spiritual meaning, or the angel number meaning rather, for the number 11. And as well, adding these two up, look up the number 8, okay? The number 8 is significant for you as well. But I'm being drawn to this specific part of this imagery. The whirlwind of your mind is taking a highlight. Maybe, in the mind's the awareness, the thoughts of other people. But at the very least, when it comes to you, you're thinking about maybe your spirituality for some, and I can relate to the furthest extent, and how that leaves your mind in a whirlwind kind of state. Spirits typically, very often and consistently speaking through me, or just rather speaking to me and to each other, and randomly just talking through my mind. But you'd be surprised as to how much comes through. But I do feel this could be as well in regards to you reflecting once again, thinking about the future, assessing, preparing, and maybe even for some overthinking. But you will be doing a good amount of thinking, even if you wouldn't be one to label it as, consider it as overthinking. TikTok, I feel like there's a timely obligation at hand. It could be timely accomplishments otherwise. I do feel like you're being very responsible while again being very poised. You are being shown the way towards, for some, stardom, but more success either way. I do sense that there are going to be angel numbers throughout this day being pointed out to you, not just on the clock, but maybe I'm getting a price tag, license plate, a sign or two. I'm getting specifically a street sign. But I also feel someone needs to think about the meaning, the significance of the number for the place of residence for you currently, where you're living. That number has meaning for you. But time is on your side. I feel like you need to remember this when you feel there's a lot to get done, or just you're thinking about the upcoming days, weeks, and maybe even when it comes to the acquiring of something new for you in the near future. Let's move on to some tarot. I feel like you're going to as well find there's a focus on your physical temperature. If you're cold, don't sit in discomfort. Find a way to warm up, vice versa. If you're heating up or a little bit sweaty is what I'm getting, find a way to cool down. To move on, we have the Three of Pentacles and the Star card. I mean, going back to the Fates card and the Go the Distance card, you are being put in the limelight in certain ways, in certain situations, or one in particular. I feel a lot of which do have an online presence like myself, and that's a big reasoning as to why you're being noticed. But as well, going back to the Poised card, there's a way about how you're carrying yourself, how you're strutting your stuff, your confidence for somebody when you're driving is now what I'm getting. You're being noticed, all right? You're being paid close attention to. There are a lot of eyes peeled upon this collective, this energy, and I feel a good amount of which at certain points are spirits, right? So, for example, you could find yourself in a moment where you're alone. You're not actually alone if you think about, your spiritual connection and their presence in that sense. You're going to feel like, for whatever reason, you're being watched after or just looked at, observed, noticed, and it's because there are spirits, even outside of your team of guides, noticing you. Wow, it is a little bit chilly here today as things cool down. The Nine of Pentacles and the World card, I find it's a day where world evolution outside of you, even, at afar, and within your own world is taking a huge highlight, as I feel that's intertwined with your independence and maybe your need or your want or desire to protect your independence in different ways, different forms of which moving forward. But moving on to the Strength card, it almost got away from me, right? But I'm now remembering how strong I truly am, being the star in the making, this poised, mature, hard-working individual. It's a day where people are going to be paying close attention to you, okay? So this was truly helpful. Of course, I'm sending you a ton of love and light. Until next time.